flowing waters and ancient stones. Source remembered, rewriting your bones. A boat, adrift, on a shimmering path, broadcasting hope and maybe a laugh. A spiral tongue of mischievous wit, just trying to soften life's hard hit. We stand together, although you roam. My voice will guide you and bring you home. Through midnight mists and candle glow, stories ripple, soft and slow. Whispers weave where shadows play, and dreamers wake before the day. Tune your heart where the wild winds blow, and follow the tide to the radio. Flowing waters and ancient stones, source remembered, deep in your bones. The rivers hum, the path calls, echoes dance through the ancient halls. A spiral tongue of moonlit wit whispers truths you half admit. We drift together, and though apart we roam, my voice is always a current and will always lead you home. Beneath the dark, the dream unfolds, silver threads through the stories told. Beneath each breath, the night hums low. The pulse, the wave, the undertow. Surrender softly. Let it flow. And lose yourself in the dark moon radio. Good morning, welcome to the Dark Moon Radio Show. Yeah, I had a sick day yesterday. Oopsie. And it's just like, oh, should I, shouldn't I? Should I still stay in bed and just be a big lump in bed and just like feel rotten? Or should I just get up and do it? And it's just like, oh, stop faffing and just get on with it. Because I did a new spell song the other day and I want to show it off. And it's like, oh, I don't feel very well. No, I don't feeling well. To be honest, I had an eye bleed, and I'm like, oh no, my goodness, another stroke. No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know. Maybe the meds make your eyes bleed. Freaking neck. I don't know. All I do know is that I felt really, really, really rough yesterday. Yesterday, I was just like, okay, this isn't working out, and my brain is just not doing what it's meant to do. It's not meant to sort things. It's meant to sort things out, and it's not sorting things out. And it's not getting the things done, and I can't make decisions. And it's like, oh, stop complaining. Just get up and go. Just do. stop thinking about it, it's fine. So that's where I was. So I want to show. The words are still a little rough after the stroke, but I want to play you my new song now. My partner says it's a bit sort of rough and edgy, and I'm going, yeah. Well, it's about witches. This is called the Witch in the Well, and witches. You tell people you're a witch, and everybody looks at you strangely, and it's like, well, they don't actually understand. They see the horror movie sort of idea of a witch. And it's like, "Ah," and it's like, no, it's not that sort of witchcraft is very, very, weirdly presented, and a lot of people think we're Satanists, and it's like, no, I'm not Christian. Christians are the only ones that believe in sort of satanic things. I'm not a Satanist, okay? But witchcraft to me is traditional sort of walk in the land. Herbal stuff, crystal stuff, energetics. It comes under sort of all the divination and medicines and stuff like that. Now, each person can interpret witchcraft exactly how they like. In fact, I like it when I come across different ones. The way I interpret it is my herbal work and foraging and things like that, and just sort of putting little altars together, and perhaps with sort of resin burning or sage burning or something like that. Just sort of and going into a state where you can affect the world. It's very, very natural thing for me to do. And I suppose I'm asking for trouble basically when I say I'm a witch. But I put it up on my Twitter thing, and I was just on 999 people. And so I thought, all right, let's put a post up. Right, I'm a witch, and I don't care what you think about it. That's what I put up. And I said, I'm coming. Who's going to be my 1000th person? And I went up to 1001 people. So thank you very much. And then I went down to 994 because people are still super. We are weaving a hypnotic. First spell song, first thing I've done creatively since my stroke. So it's going to be a little bit rough, I think. Witchcraft is not a tidal pool where pretty lower the bucket, lower it true, let the dark remember you. No, not like glory, not for fame. Who wrote it that burns the hand? It's glory, a pulling, creasy slow. It's in the dark beneath the land where old desires burn. Lower the bucket, lower it down, past the whisper, past the crown, past the bones of ego's throne. Bring the screaming mind and body home. Lower the bucket, lower it down, past the whisper, past the ones in waters black, past the bones of the lost road. But bring it screaming home. Spirit's deeper will. Witch, I see you dress the stone at solstice and equinox light. As you crown our lady's polish her face. Lower the bucket, lower it true, let the dark remember what of the unnamed crown, not for fame, it's glorious. Lower the bucket, lower it true, let the dark remember you, not for glory, not for fame, but to speak the nameless name. Which the vessel shape, no no gender, mark or claim. It only parts the water's drape and lifts what burns like flame. Looking is not seeking, hearing is not wise, screaming is not speaking.
Lower it down, past the whisper and past the one wearing the crown. Past the bone.
You know this in your bones.
But bring it screaming home.
Well understood. Lower your bucket. Hold your breath. Not to dwell, but to understand the deep and darkness of the world.
Lower the bucket.
Lower it true, let the dark remember you.
Not for glory,
Not for fame, but to speak its glorious but nameless name.
lower the bucket. Well, the witch is in the well, you know, so it's ding dong, pussy's in the well and all that. It amused me, but it was nice to sort of break through the sort of, I don't know, I just wasn't sure whether I could do it. And I can do it, but it was also learning. I was doing before on GarageBand, and now I've taken on one of their, the Apple has a deal so that I get Logic Pro free for a month. I'm just testing it out, and it does seem better, but it's all new, and I'm not very good at learning new things right now. I know my brain just goes, I don't want to do it. You can hear it whimpering away. But yeah, I was pleased with the way it came out somewhat how I hoped. But at least it's a little bit more mine than the AI ones when the AI singing. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where that one's going. I don't know where anything's going, quite frankly. It's like, okay, it's trying to rebuild again, and I keep getting sort of knocked down. You get knocked down, you get up again, all of that stuff. And yes, rising again, rising again, rising again. Okay, I will rise again. But I just need to stagger for a bit. Is that all right? Thanks.
Underneath the noise, underneath the doubt, there's something in you that just won't quit. You've always had it, you just forget sometimes. Dark Moon Radio.
Dark Moon Radio, that's right. That's where we do stuff. And I have noticed it's kind of, I'm losing my, I have 115 people on YouTube. I don't think, I've been on YouTube for about 10 years, and it's taken me 10 years to get that far. But I had 117 a couple of days back. So I'm losing people left, right, and centre. So, okay, it's fine. I'm not doing it for you. I have to do it for myself. I have to get up every morning and do my thing. And it's like, I wish I had a job to go to or something, but I don't. And one of the things I have looked at is somebody sent me, thank you, Christine, sent me a link to Livelines. And it worked for them for 10, 20 years ago, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. And it's doing online tarot again. And I'm like, I don't want to go back. However, it is a job. And if I'm asking for a job, maybe that's the only answer. Doing tarot online again. And I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying I'm not up for it just yet. I still would like this to work, but okay. I have to sort of see where the wind blows me. And yeah, it's a odd time of The economic climate here is rough, and nobody's going to employ me. I don't see that happening. I see it. Just health issues. Yeah, I'm 55 next week. Phew, something like that. Early June. So yeah, and I've also been sort of independent, and I don't suffer fools, and there's all that. And it doesn't make sense to me anymore. The whole sort of work environment. Now, I would take a job if I could, but I haven't been offered a job in a long time. But the whole sort of, yeah, it doesn't make sense, all of that stuff. And so an interesting time to be unemployed. An interesting maybe is it's a panicking time to be an anxiety time to be unemployed. So maybe I should look at livelines. Maybe I should go back and sort of go onto the factory floor again of tarot and crystal ball. I can do it. Burn out fast. I can't do one after the next. I need a break in between, and those chat lines doesn't really work for that. Well, it didn't. Maybe it does now. Maybe everything's changed. Let's put a cleaning spell out. Well, I can't actually clean much and it's annoying me, so let's just do the spell. Breathe in and breathe slow. I'm here. This I know. I call myself back to myself from every story that is not mine, from every image that asked for my power at the cost of my own light. What was taken returns to me, what was distorted now dissolves completely. I claim my breath, I claim my name, I reclaim my center without blame. I withdraw all attention, I all charge, all fuel, I do not exist. I call myself back, no contract stands, no mark from every crack, from every shelf, from every vow I ever made, from every debt I ever paid. I gather my breath, I gather my name, I gather my light without guilt or shame. Fed on fear, what drank my fire is cut away and cast out fire. I do not bargain, I do not plead, I do not answer to parasitic. Release the hooks, release the claim, release the echo of borrowed pain. I am not yours, I never was, I stand complete, I stand because. I stand, no mark remains, no echo heeds, no hunger gains. Let rot fall off, let lies unwind, let silence settle deep. I call my soul back through time, back through the fracture, back through crime. Back through shame, back through blame, back from every false standing time, the choice is mine. No contract stands, no mark remains, no promise binds, no hunger chains. That is always mine. My choice is always mine. My pulse is steady, my view is clear, my awareness is anchored here. What is mine stays with you, and what is not no door remains, no thread is tied. What is not mine now leaves my field. What is not true is calmly sealed. No drama here, no war to wage. I just keen return, present and whole, sealed stage. I stand in body, I stand in breath, I stand in life not ruled by death. My heart is steady, my spine is strong, my pulse remembers where I belong. I bless the past, I let it rest, I choose the now. I choose the now, I choose what's next. This body is mine, this mind is clear, the soul is present, fully here. I walk forward, unhooked, unhold. Blessed with willpower, return to soul. I walk forward. So it is cut, so it is closed, so it is clear. It is finished, it is closed, so it is clear, so it is clean. It is finished, it is closed, so it is cut, so it is closed, so it is clean. Like that one? Yeah, that was kind of bouncy. Need the bounce, need the bounce. You know, people are like, assume you go through burnout and you go through collapse. And it's like, it's not quite like an Instagram post where it's like, oh, I'm just taking some space. And you're like, no. It's an awful lot more nitty gritty, dark. It's like you end up staring into space for hours, and you're like, oh, where did the time pass to? You know, that sort of level, and you can feel your brain just sort of squirming around, saying, as you can feel it whimpering sometimes. It's like, no. This is all sort of identity crisis, burnout. I can feel I can feel like the change in my energy, and I'm like, no, I don't want it to be that way. Well, what do you want it to be? How do you want to focus on? I can't find that focus. And it's nobody's here to rescue you, to come inside and sort out your own brain. You know, I rang that 111 service. Now, a long time ago, I used to work for them, and they're pretty much the same sort of pathways thing. Um, but that was before COVID, and I imagine things have changed quite a bit. But it sounded pretty much similar. And so they sent me to a pharmacist, and it's like, okay, fine, let's deal with the cards that you've been dealt. And it's like, okay. And the guy just like, well, I don't know what to do with you. No, but this is what we do. And the, it was like I was waiting in the queue to see him, and I was looking at the people just picking up meds and stuff. And yeah, there was like, this is a, when there's no structure within, when there's no structure in my mind, because I remember having to rebuild it all. It's kind of like another prison. It's like, this isn't working. This structureless existence. I need structure in basically the inside, right? I need a structure that keeps me going, because this world is nuts. This world is insane. And otherwise, I think I would be insane. But without the structure, and it's like trying to be an anchor, trying to find an anchor, but I have to be my own anchor. And I'm trying to find words for this, because I'm still obviously processing, but the whole losing my inner structure, because it was like an earthquake, just shuttered it all. And as without, so within. So it would happen as a kid, I was in Greece and I went through the earthquakes there. And the earthquakes, it weren't so bad, but I saw people lose everything in their earthquakes. And the earthquakes within, you lose pretty much all the structures that's in your life. And the earthquakes, like, without that structure that has been taken away, and it can be taken away by mental health, can be, total and utter other things, not just health issues like it was in my case. I've lost this structure before, and I've had to rebuild it, but I didn't have the words. Now I'm saying that without that inner structure, the mind becomes a prison and you are so lost. You get dragged from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And social media actually doesn't help. Yesterday I put away social media pretty much because I ended up reading a book because at least that was more fixed. And I did have trouble focusing on it, but I could push it a little bit. I did have a little bit of willpower, and it's like, right, I'm going to go back to reading a book. I like books. But no structure within. That's what I have to concentrate on now. I'm going to start rebuilding because nobody's coming to rescue me inside my head. I learnt that a long time ago. In fact, people don't really come and rescue you out in the real world either. Nobody really. They've all got their own stuff, and caring about you is a sort of like a bonus. If you've got a few things that you can spare in your life, you try and care about others. I do get that, but then there are people who care for people for a living, and I respect that a lot. As an acupuncturist and a tarot reader and counselor, I care for people, but that's in your sort of your outer environment. That's when you have enough to spare. In fact, I often see them, they don't have enough to spare. But identity collapse of who you are, it's a good thing. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's awesome. What's the dog going to be? Nope, nobody's there. Leave it alone. So the identity collapse doesn't need to be a bad thing, but oh my goodness, it certainly is like a storm or an earthquake hitting yourself, and the trying to survive your own emotions. Yeah, I've always had enough structure to sort of hang my emotions on, and now and hang it in, or hold it so that they can hold to something that's strong. But it's like the emotional structure is just not there anymore. The stroke just washed that all away. It's just gone. So trying to hold on to emotions, feel them, process them, but in a structural way, order out of the chaos, basically. It's not been easy, and I'm exhausted trying to do it. It's like, oh, for pity's sake. So that's what I wanted to sort of see if I can express in some sort of way. But yeah, it's not an easy thing. Definitely not an easy thing. But again, I will reiterate, wisdom comes through adversity. The only way we can actually grow and evolve is go through this shit. And it is shit. But it's the only way of actually getting through it. You know who other things that annoy me right now is YouTube videos and TikTok videos that saying, remember who you are. Sounds like something out of The Lion King. It's like, if we had the memories inside of us, we'd know our path, we'd know who we are and where we're going. Just remember. And it's like, go away. Just go away. If it's not there, there's not enough bandwidth in us to bring on some past lives or past existences or past stuff like that. We don't have enough bandwidth. And telling me to just remember who I am, I've done all that, right? I came up with all kinds of things. I'm not sure I believed half of it. Remembering who you were will help you through this time. No, it wasn't. That person I was then had never come across this sort of thing before. Not in this particular specific way. Remember. Fuck off. Anyway, gonna play you a spec. Trust me when I say accept the God within you. Truly sees your loss. A hidden speck deep in my eyes, and see your secret shadowed cries. You scream into the mirrored glass and act like a right pain in the ass. I know you think that pain's yours and try to shut all open doors, but really we are all feeling the same, and this is not yours to give it a name. It seeps from you in waves of aggression, passive or overt, depending on your lesson. Anger that is rooted deep in fear, but you are not really alone here. We are all screaming into the same void, wails of pity and mercy to those devoid. Trust me when I say no one gives a toss, except the God within that truly sees your loss. Anger that is rooted deep in fear, but you are not really alone here. For we sit with you and watch you cry, and see how you really do not want to die. You just want the pain to end. And I see you, for we are a friend.
Yeah, it's a nice weird one there. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I guess losing identity, creating a new one. There's a lot of that coming up in my life right now. So I need to talk about it somewhere, and basically I get that there is very little, I don't know, niche. This is a too much of a niche market for most. I get it. So it's never going to be a viral thing with thousands and thousands. And okay, I'm going to just take a deep breath and not pursue that, because I'm just going to do this for me. That's actually quite important. Just to do it for me, and just leave it at that. I may stop putting it up on YouTube because, yeah, whatever. But yeah, the identity rebuild, the rebuilding of structure, emotions to emotional structure, so you can hang emotions back up on. I can understand intellectually now kind of what the stroke was all about. In that, yeah, I what's that word? Departmentalize. Not going to even say that even before the stroke. But you put things in little boxes, and I kind of put my emotions into little boxes, and they don't belong in little boxes. They have to be integrated just as much as your shadow work has. So, in other words, yeah, some of the processes that I was using was obviously sort of a bottling up of emotions. I was never very good at emotions. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a Vulcan, live long and prosper, because they had the right idea in my world of holding back those emotions. But I think they also had rituals and stuff where they could go nuts sometimes as well. So, and we don't have that. So they let it out and burn and scream and yell. We don't have that sort of thing. So yeah, I missed out. I also think that being born in a time where they actually taught this stuff better, because now we're just meant to hold on or work it out for ourselves, and we have done for a couple of generations, and it's not good for us. There has to be sort of elders teaching, and in some of the sort of the native stuff, I'm reading a couple of books on Toltec shamanism, And I'm realizing that, some of the wisdom that we actually don't have here is how to deal with emotions. We kind of, no, we're not into that stuff. And especially the English and British and stuff like that. It's stiff upper lip and just get on with it and carry on, basically. And there is nobody who teaches you how to deal with your emotions. And I came across a bit of this in counseling, where you just let someone talk. Person-centered counseling is you just hold space for them to talk and let them work through all of their emotions, which I think is, what's the matter? Dogs all, somebody walking by on the towpath. The canal is pretty much, yesterday was a rainy day. I don't like rainy, dribbly, dreasy day. No barking. Yeah, you're not going to get at them. He just barks. He's a good guard dog. But he gets very excited. But yes, yesterday was a rainy, drizzly day. Every time we wanted to go out, I did take the dog for a little walk. Just sort of plod up and down the towpath. Because I've got to get moving. I can't be a lump all my life. Okay, let's play another song. Let's play... what? Any... There we go. Fear is a mind killer. This is one of my favourites. I will not fear, because of the words you gave. Frank Herbert, a sage who dared to pave a path through desert, sand and doubt, where human courage might shine out. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. Where fear is gone, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Do you hear me? Only I will remain. Only I will remain, for fear is the mind. Only I will remain, because I am all. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. And I will not fear. I will face my fear. You crafted mantras for the mind, a dystrophy. Not spells, but truths we speak to seal. The trembling heart to help us feel. But fear's the killer, small and deep. The little death, while we still sleep. Hear these words you gave, Frank Herbert, the sage who dared to pave. I do not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me, and where fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. I will face my fear. Our breath, our will, our chance to stand and face what comes with open hand. I bow before your vision clear, this litany against all fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. Where fear is gone, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Do you hear me? Only I will remain. You knew that terror rules the weak, but those who face it learn to speak. I will remain with voice steady, calm and true. Let the fear pass over the little death, then through.
total obliteration, and I will not fear. I will face my fear.
Storms of the past,
It's
only us, ourselves at last. To her, but for this
I will turn the inner eye, and I will see
our spirits lift.
I see its path. Frank Herbert, the sage who dared to pay. I do not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. Above the paralysis
pass over me
dread
and through me and
to
where
walk
fear is
with
gone.
courage. On there will be only I will remain. I will face my fear, and only I will remain. Pain is an abstraction of the nerves. I will fear no pain. I will fear no fear. And only I will remain.
Exactly. Only I will remain. I always loved the Frank Herbert Dune books. They were my solace when I was growing up. Okay, I want to talk about Nyx. You see, I did line up something today. Not much, though. But Nyx, N-Y-X, Nyx. She's not a minor thing, you know. She was one of the primordial beings. Now, I always see sort of gods as archetypes, but if you want to see them as actual beings, that's actually archetypes and beings and very, very similar. So, in other words, it doesn't matter. There is how you see them as an archetype or just as something that some primitive beings used to worship doesn't matter. If you think whatever a thought form made manifest, what do they call that? And then you can have a collective thought form. So a god or a goddess could be an egregore, which is a collective thought form made manifest. Again, they're all sort of much of a muchness. I was reading something yesterday about possession, demons, and how not only just demons, there was like jinn and all kinds of beings used to whisper in the ears of rulers. And, you know, all the sort of Egyptian gods and even the Roman and Greek gods, they used to think they were like possessed or at least influenced by an advisor who was not of this world. Some of them took it a little far, but okay, that's in people's nature as well. Now, Nyx, one of the most primordial beings, older than Olympus, older than the Titans. And she is the night. She is the night sky, the night form in its oldest form. So you can't, I mean, it's may have spelt differently, but most of the old primitive ancient cultures, maybe they weren't that primitive. Not in this area, I don't think. In this area, they were quite advanced. In fact, we often don't have the language for the beings that emerged from chaos at the beginning of creation. And Nyx herself is the embodiment of darkness. From her came all the powerful forces tied to death, sleep, fate, dreams, suffering, vengeance, deception, destiny itself. So Hypnos, Thanatos, the Mari, Nemesis, and the Careers series were all connected to her lineage. So in the new modern version, what was that? That was like the Sandman. Nyx was basically the mother of the Sandman, and his parents were pretty dysfunctional. That came across quite well. But yeah, Nyx is the embodiment of night, and it sort of
not as an emptiness, but something alive, fertile, dangerous, and deeply powerful. Now, I love these old goddesses because in my upbringing and things like that in the Western world, in Britain, um, we don't have powerful goddesses. I had to go into the pagan world and things like that. Abrahamics does not recognize women as powerful in any form. And I think that's awful. That's dreadful. Because it gives us nothing to, to look towards. To look towards a male god, who doesn't bleed, who doesn't bear children, who doesn't understand. And the mindset is totally different, is beyond me. Now, okay, people have adapted. Women are very good at adapting. But having a deep, dark, powerful as hell goddess that comes from the primordial soup of the beginning. So even Zeus was pretty much scared of her. So the king of the gods feared to cross her directly. It says everything. Nyx represents a force beyond domination. She embodies the unknown, the unconsciousness, the hidden knowledge, intuition, dreams, mystery, and the primal darkness existing before order was established. Now, this isn't evil darkness. You're not that daft. You know that this isn't evil darkness. This is in the light, when the lights go out. It's the sort of the threshold. And night became, it's like the threshold, or what are they, the new words, liminal, the doorway of prophecy, transformation, spirits, hidden truths, sacred power, rituals, mysteries, forms of witchcraft were obviously closely tied up to the nocturnal hours. And it's part of why she still resonates, because it's part of who we aspire to be. Someone who no longer fears your own depths. So you can look into your own mirror, into your own eyes, and you don't fear what you see. You don't flinch from it. It's all right. Power in the silences of the world. Silences when nature goes quiet and the power is there. And you feel it. And it's coming from you, deep within you. This isn't me remembering anything. This is me being something. It's like the being of me. And for me, it goes beyond the body. The body has its power, certainly. But it's like when you stop looking at the darkness as something, I've got to hide that away. Nah. It's survival, is wisdom, this very, very deep hidden strength. And that is where I am going to heal. But it is also, it's someplace where you feel more, and feeling more is a bit tough, because as I said, the emotional overload is a bit much sometimes for me at the moment, but you've got to feel it for as long as you can and then back off. And I might get all sort of flustery trying to deal with this, but Nyx is the archetype that I am calling on within me to find within me the body of Nyx, which is the darkness itself. But it is power, hidden power, and it's not power over someone else. Don't ever get me wrong there. The power is not control. No. It's very different. Transformation from one thing to the next. I love it. It's just like, And that's what I discovered yesterday on my day off. Okay, so I'm going to play your tune. You can always talk to me on darkmoon.rocks has all the links. So darkmoon.rocks is a website that is the hub. And on there you can get hold of me in lots of places. But the Dark Moon community on WhatsApp, or leave me a note on Facebook. Facebook page is basically where I put what's happening. So yes, I've been a little inconsistent. I will try and do a radio show sometime between 8 and 9. 8 and 10. I'll finish at 10. Today I'll try and do an hour. And yes, I apologize if that's a bit inconsistent, but I will at least try every day to do a radio show. That's the most consistent thing I can come up with right now. Anyway. At the crossings, at the intersections, where the old wisdom remains, a living node of connections, where the ancient song sustains. The dragon currents flow beneath our feet, earth and heaven come to meet. In the old churches of Albion that's not forgotten and remembered well, in the old churches of Albion, they're still humming, still humming. There is a reason the old stones feel different. Why some of them hum, why some of them open your heart. At the crossings, at the intersections, where the long energy rises, before the first foundation was lifted, built with precision and intention on the ground where prayers were made. The dragon's current, the druids knew the land like a living being. Heaven and earth found the nodes where the veil grew thin. In the old churches of Albion, braided into weaving, where the other world could enter in. The ground beneath us is alive. We build in harmony with what we find. The blessed light that descends through the dragon lines, and the land still whispers for those who know how to listen. When Christianity came to these shores, the Celtic saints, they understood, for they were druids. They didn't erase what came before, for they worked before and then after. They stepped into that lineage as Celtic saints now called. They honoured the land's ancient wisdom and transformed the geometric nodes with light, a living node of connections where the ancient song sustained. Where the currents amplified the sacred sections, where the old wisdom remains, a living node of connections, where the ancient song sustains. The dragon currents flow beneath our old churches. Earth and heaven come to meet. In the old churches of Albion that's not forgotten and remembered well. In the old churches of Albion, they're still humming on. The dragon lines. There's a nice sweet one. That's a nice little sweet thing. And the dog kicks off again. There's peoples out there. It's funny because I'm at a very, very non-peopled part of the canals right today. It's not many people about. Well, we can't really moor here. The gangplank scares me to death. But if I put a walking stick on one side, and I've learned how to do it, so it's like, because I can't balance. My balance is nothing. So walking on sort of rough grounds is harder than it used to be. But we're relearning. We're relearning. Now, you see, relearning is hard because my brain really doesn't want too much. It just does a little at a time. Relearning confidence in myself, that's a tough one. Doing the radio every day is harder than it used to. So it used to be easy. Now it's like energy pacing. That was the other thing. I'm finding it hard to pace my energy because it just sort of seems to dribble out and just fall over. Meditation. Meditation is a tough. It's not coming as easy as it goes. So one of the things I'm doing is storytelling. Telling yourself stories, telling me stories so I can sit and just relax and just with the stories. Stories matter. What stories do you have? Tell yourself stories. So you could tell yourself a life, when things really bad, have a life that you lived that was really good. So you tell yourself a story of your own life and you just make it better. Things that happened. Maybe you won the lottery. Maybe, married a prince or a princess and lived happily ever after. I don't know. Your stories are your stories. My stories are mine, and I'm going into my stories because at the moment, meditation is not working out for me. I'm just worrying, sitting there worrying. There's a time when you shouldn't meditate. Trauma is a good one. You should never meditate on trauma because it doesn't go, you're trying to process it, and sometimes it's not ready to be processed. So all you're doing is sort of burying it deep, and it's just... So what stories do you tell yourself? And make them good. Make them really wonderful. So, I'm going to be flippant a bit because that's what I do. But when you do tarot reading, it's a lot of, is he coming back or is she coming back? And maybe in your story, he did come back. And maybe you buried his body in the back garden one day. I said I was going to be flippant. But yeah, and the other thing is, what is home? Where is home for you? Are you home in your own body? Do you feel good there? Do you feel good in your own mind? Have you got a home in your mind? Or maybe you're lucky enough to have a home on the outside. I love my boat, but it gets a bit crowded sometimes and it's very small, but it's my home. And having the concept of home for your very, very burnt out nervous system is very useful because the nervous system likes the idea of home. And working out, what powers do you go to? Now, you've heard me talk about Nyx this morning, and Nyx is the powers I have gone to right now, because to me that is like returning home. The darkness is my home, and Nyx is kind of the enfolding, enveloping. Don't think that word's quite right. I lost a few words when I had my stroke, but it's coming back. But Nyx, feel alive. Nyx is a good place for me for that. Where's yours? Where do you feel at home? Okay. I've lost myself a bit in that one. But there we go. You're not alone in the dark. You just can't feel the others yet. I think I've done my hour. I know, it was a bit rough and ready these days. I will get smooth again. Not there yet. But let's play one last song on the way out. Love you lots. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I will be back tomorrow morning. If you want to check out, see if it's on Facebook page, I would love a like and subscribe. I'm on Patreon. I'm on Substack. But I would really love some more like and subscribe people on YouTube. That would be awesome. Anyway, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye now. Feel them now, feel them rise from your spine. Your spine, they crystallize. And as you feel them rise, they rise from your spine, they crystallize. Feel them now, feel them rise. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, streams, blue, streams of indigo, yellow, red, green. Rooted, feel the weight your backbone flows. 2 wings unfold like breath, anchored strong where the body knows. Its 7 centers, life to death. Feel the span protection. From the root they start to glow, rising through each sphere. Colors flowing slow. Through every chakra, bright and clear. From your shoulder blades they spread, feathered light, feathered yellow. Every color you have fed, rising through you. Orange flows, yellow power, like grows. Grows and speaks truth across each feather. Indigo sees what sunlight sees. Violent crowns them all together. Rainbow armor, fierce and keen. Red rounds them round you, soft as silk, strong as mountains, light as air. Wrap yourself in starlit milk. A cocoon of colors there. See your car within their sweep. Chrome and metal wrapped in gold. Every passenger you keep safe within your winged light hold. Wrap them gently around your child. Wrap them around their sleeping, round their play. Protection that is soft and close. Wrap them wide. You are safe. Guardian wings throughout the day. Wrap them close. Wrap them wide. Pets and partners, friends and kin, all nestled in your care. Fold your wings and tuck them in, safe within the colors there. These wings are yours, they're always there, anchored deep within your spine, fed by light and breath and plane, bicycle wheel, rainbow covered by design. Plane, bicycle wheel, so spread them wide or hold them near, as needed in each moment's call. Protection born from love, not fear. Your sacred wings, wings that hold all your radiantness. Feel them now, your loved ones rest within the shelter. From your spine they crystallize. extend, expand, embrace. Fill the whole sacred space. Feel them, trust them, let them go. Your wings of light, protecting eternity. Breathe, believe, know that you are protected. They are protected, you are protected, believe and breathe. Protection is yours, you are protected by the light, by this rainbow light from all